Good morning and welcome to the 2014-2015 school year and Convocation Assembly. It's great to see all of you, and it's even greater to see all these courageous people who moved up to the front tables. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Before we get going too far with the agenda, I just want to say thanks to Lori Paul and all our food service workers for the great breakfast treats we had this morning. Celebrating with us today, we have our school committee. We have our chairperson, Mrs. Deirdre Mayu. Our vice chairperson, Mr. Richard Ficero. School committee member William Fonseca. School committee member Elizabeth Marjan Boucher. And school committee member Gregory Thompson. Also up celebrating with us, Mr. Elio Gonzalez, president of the ELEA. And now let me introduce Mrs. Deirdre Mayu, who will give her own warm welcome to all of you.
All right, good morning everyone. How are we doing? All right. I'm sure many of you, like me, are wondering how it's already the start of another school year. It seems school just ended a couple of weeks ago. However, it's great to see everyone here today and meet our new employees here at the school. I hope you all had a great, enjoyable, and restful summer break. As we begin, I just want to start with saying thank you to our teachers, administrators, paraprofessionals, and other faculty and staff. The commitment and determination put forth each day to improve and encourage the intellectual, emotional, and physical development of our students does not go unnoticed. As a parent to 3 children in this school, I can say that because I've done it with experience. In addition, there's responsibility of keeping up with new initiatives and mandates required of educators today. At times, it must feel overwhelming. However, all of those efforts have brought about noticeable improvements and positive results across our district. So thank you. As a school committee, we will continue to support the growth and changes needed as we move towards a 21st century learning environment. I can't believe I said that. And we will continue to collaborate with our town leaders and boards, families and residents to assure their support of our schools. It is essential they understand and witness the outstanding work happening in our schools. I really can admit that I'm looking forward to another year of attending school activities. We've got the concerts, athletic events, and PTO family nights. I think we offer a great variety for our community. So as a way to ease us into this new school year, I wanted to offer some suggestions and advice to make it a great transition. So I enlisted the help of my children, ages 6, 11, and 14, a few of their friends, plus a few of my friends. And I'd say we're about 29, 30 years of age, just so you know. And I posed the following for thought. What is exciting about going back to school, and what advice do you have for teachers to help start off the year? So I'm just going to share with you some of their thoughts and suggestions. I can say that all the children are looking forward to seeing their friends, making new ones, meeting their teachers, and doing fun activities. They're also looking forward to buying hot lunch and eating in the cafeteria. The younger children agreed that they would like to sit where they want to sit. However, they did add that as teachers, it's okay if you need to move people if it's not working out. They said the teachers should try to be nice and not too strict. Others suggested teachers should act happier if they're having fun, which I know can be very hard. 2 6-year-old boys suggested maybe having Minecraft incorporated into the lessons to make it more fun. Most agreed extra recess or playtime would be great, but not too much, because then there wouldn't be much time for learning. So I asked my 6-year-old, how much extra time? And she said, 4 minutes extra? And now from the eye-rolling, everything's an effort high school crowd. They suggested the first day be a half a day. They asked the teachers, oh, I love this one, that they should not pretend to be nice. That, and here I quote, like if a teacher is going to be mean, they should just be mean on the first day. And don't give any pretext. Coincidentally, they did say that iPads should be used more in the classroom and for teaching. And from my fellow moms, and I only say moms because that was the group of people I was with that day, we want the teachers to know, and here I'm quoting, "You are appreciated and we believe in what you do. We ask that you open your heart and mind for new challenges, and remember, a kind response and a smile can go a long way." And yeah, we do look forward to back to school because we're finally able to hand our kids off to somebody else. So with that, I want to say to you all, enjoy your day before the chaos of tomorrow, and let's make it another exciting, productive, and safe school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mayu. And now we'll have a special welcome back from Mr. Eliel Gonzalez.
Thank you, Gordon, and welcome back. I hope you had a great summer. I want to offer a special welcome to those of you who are new to East Long Meadow. The kids in East Long Meadow are second to none. You'll love working here. I always do some housekeeping business today at the beginning, but I already sent an email with that information, so I'll skip that. If you have any questions, contact me. I want to have a different message this year. We had a lot of retirements last school year, so I can't think of anything better to recognize our new, most veteran staff members in East Long Meadow. Those who have more than 30 years of service, both either as a paraprofessional or as a teacher or certified staff. I'd like to call two people in the paraprofessional unit, Angela Trial from Meadowbrook School and Francis Mercieri. Where are they? Please stand up. Where are you, Francis? Friend, you're hiding from me. There she is. Both of them with more than 30 years in East Long Meadow. Also, I'm always asked, who are the top, most senior teachers in East Long Meadow? All right, here we go. Number 2, Ronnie Richter. And the number 1, the top dog, Ursula O'Donnell, Meadowbrook School. You may know her as Ursula, but in New York City, she's better known as Mama, and I'll leave it at that. Finally, I want to wish you all the very best, both personally and professionally. If you need assistance, you know where to find me. Thank you for everything that you do, and have a great school year. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Now it's time to welcome our new staff members, introduce and welcome, and I'm going to start it off. We have a new transportation manager in central office, and it is Ms. Becky Connor, right here. And I'll have our principals and administrators introduce some of the other new staff members around the district, and we'll start off at Meadowbrook with Principal Dakin.
Welcome, everyone. This is always such an exciting day for me. I want to start off by introducing, I'm so excited to introduce our new assistant principal, Renee Lodi. And our new kindergarten teacher, Kelly Mazza. Kelly, can you stand up? We have a new reading specialist, Margaret Bartley. A new long-term substitute paraprofessional, Mary Kay Courier. Is she here? Yes, Mary Kay. We also have a new long-term sub-interventionist, Joyce Lefevre. And then lastly, and I don't think he's here, but we have a new custodian, Nick Napolitano. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Dakin. Now we'll go to Mountain View School with Mrs. Santinella.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Jennifer Beaumier, a CNA in one of my third grade classrooms, and Joy Stacy, a long-term sub in fourth grade. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Santinello. Now we'll move to Maple Shade School with Mr. Fredette.
Welcome, everyone. We have a fifth grade special education teacher, Christine Corbett. We have a school psychologist, Carolyn McBride. We have a third grade teacher, Lee Plana. We have a paraprofessional, Keki Rella Brooks. We have a CNA, Holly Martello. And a fourth grade long-term substitute teacher, Stephanie Calabrese.
Thank you, Mr. Fredette. And now we'll go to Birchland Park Middle School with Dr. Allen.
Welcome back, everybody. It's great to see you. A little different for me than a year ago, so I'm very excited to be here. We are welcoming a lot of people to the Birchland family, so bear with me. Strings, chorus, and music teacher, Aaron Daniel. Eighth grade social studies, Mr. Kevin DeMaria. Seventh grade English, Mr. Stephen Pearson. We hired him for the student staff basketball game. Sixth grade English teacher, Mrs. Megan Davis. Stepping into very important long-term roles, Mrs. Donna Haskell as our ASD teacher. And Mrs. Karen Davis, sixth grade math, Amber. And then we have some new paraprofessionals in our family as well, Mrs. Nancy Carver. Mrs. Carol Popovich. Mr. Zachary Patno. And Mr. Adam Pelzel. Thank you, everybody. I hope all the schools have a fantastic school year.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. And now we'll move to the high school with Dr. Flanagan.
This year, the high school lost our assistant principal, Mr. Ryan Kelly. He took on a principalship in Springfield at Kennedy Middle School, so please keep him in your prayers. It's a level 5 school. But we replaced him with somebody that was well known to our community, our athletic director, Mr. R.J. Marhefka. I think it's safe to say he's the tallest person in the district, maybe, I don't know. We also hired 2 new math teachers, Miss Carrie Donahue. Another math teacher, Mr. Bill Phelan. And while this person is new to the position, she certainly isn't new to the district. We're bringing back Joyce Conlin. Have a great year.
Thank you, Dr. Flanagan. And now Dr. Welsh will introduce our district-wide staff.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. This year, East Longmeadow is initiating a partnership with Holyoke Community College for some of our older students with intellectual disabilities called the Inclusive Collegiate Experience. We have hired an educational coach for the first student from East Longmeadow who will be participating in this initiative, and I would like to welcome Kristen Sarasa to the district and to the program.
Thank you, Dr. Welsh. May we have another round of applause for all our new employees? As we look to begin our new school year, the 2014-2015 school year, it's kind of scary to say, 2014-2015 school year, we want to get back to simple. We want to reestablish a very simple focus that will help us all connect and honor our work and accomplishments that we've achieved over the last few years. It will also provide us, each of us, a common base from which to continue to make progress together. And that's our strength, what we do together. This focus is on the research-based best practice of developing common assessments through collaboration with our colleagues. The use and concentration on this best practice began actually 3 years ago and has shown great results due to the incredible work of all of the people assembled here today. Focusing on this best practice the last few years allowed all of us to universally focus on a district-wide challenge for our students of responding to open response questions. Lately, this focus has continued our work to fully understand and align to the Common Core state standards. As we begin this year with that focus, we will continue to incorporate the use of technology to support this work and our daily instruction. Last year, we took a huge step forward in supporting our ability to collaborate through our use of Google and Google Docs to allow for greater sharing, communication, and collaboration among colleagues. In fact, last year, with ELPS leading the way, the entire town of East Longmeadow moved to a Google platform for email. As a district, we went from just a few documents being shared on Google by a few different groups of people across the district to having 153,736 documents currently being housed and shared on our Google Docs. This is phenomenal, and it's due to all the hard work of the people in this room. Give yourselves a round of applause. We begin this year with new technology due to some great work by the school committee, the ELPS administration, the town IT department, the ELPS technology committee, the capital planning committee in town, and many more people in this room. This year we begin with the first round of results of a reinvigorated technology renewal cycle. Approximately 250 new MacBook computers were purchased this summer, replacing the aging desktop computers for staff found around the district. There are 20 of your colleagues who participated in an intensive Mac training at the end of June, and they are eager to help facilitate training in each of our buildings for all of you. It was really impressive to see on that Friday, after they had 4 days of intensive training, to see people, one, return after lunch to start planning, and two, throw out incredible ideas of how we can train our colleagues throughout this school year. And they will help us uncover new ways to support our work with technology on a daily and weekly basis. So we continue to be in a great place as we begin this new year to make special things happen in all our classrooms around the district. This is challenging work, and I would not want to do it with any other group than this group in this room and the students who will be coming into our schools tomorrow. I look forward to working with all of you this year, and I wish you all the best as you start a new school year. Welcome back. Finally, as we look to begin a new school year, it is fitting to recognize those who have throughout their careers set an example for all of us with their professionalism and work ethic. We have two nominees for our Hall of Fame, Educator Hall of Fame, and our first presenter will be Dr. Joanne Welsh.
Congratulations to all of today's honorees. Dr. Joycelyn Elders, former Surgeon General, said, "You cannot educate a child who is not healthy, and you cannot keep a child healthy who is not educated." Most of us here today know this to be true. Most of us understand the crucial relationship between the health of a child and that child's ability to learn. I couldn't be more honored to be here today on behalf of my dear friend and colleague, Mrs. Mary Lou Donahue. In her 26 years of service to the East Longmeadow Public Schools, Mary Lou embodied those words and helped the rest of us to incorporate them into our daily practice and collaboration. Mary Lou was educated at the Peter Bent Brigham Hospital School of Nursing, which was affiliated with the Harvard Medical School. She worked in the intensive care unit for her early career, both at the Brigham and at the West End Hospital campus in Springfield. Mary Lou came to our district in 1981. At that time, she worked split between Birchland Park and Mapleshade. Only 7 students in the entire district required medications during the day. There were no students with life-threatening allergies, and most medications were administered by school secretaries. School nurses were assessed on their ability to answer the telephone, to complete paperwork, and to provide first aid. How times have changed. In 1988, Mary Lou transitioned to East Longmeadow High School, where she remained until 1994. In 1994, she took over as nurse leader for the district and administrator for the Enhanced School Health Services Grant. Through this partnership, Mary Lou secured over $1.5 million in grants for East Longmeadow and neighboring school districts, enabling us all to step up nursing services in public schools. As administrator of the grant, she was the face and the voice of East Longmeadow Public Schools with the Department of Public Health. In 1997, she was recommended by her colleagues and selected as Western Massachusetts School Nurse of the Year. Through Mary Lou's tenacity and vision, the East Longmeadow Public Schools have enhanced the quality of life for students, staff, and families. We now have nurses in each school, which was unheard of at one time and which is still not the standard in many places today. Mary Lou initiated our hepatitis B clinics, tobacco cessation programs, CPR training for staff, AEDs, flu clinics, and health fairs. She developed the format that we still use for individual health care plans, enabling children with challenging health issues to attend public school. And she revised many of our current health and medical policies. She initiated the implementation of the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, which is still used to assess the status of students who attend our schools. She obtained a grant from Bay State Health to develop the first non-urban school-based healthcare center at East Longmeadow High School. Every May, a scholarship is given in Mary Lou's honor to a worthy student who is entering a Bachelor of Science nursing program. Mary Lou always adds a personal touch. I am privileged to be the presenter of the scholarship and always enjoy the opportunity to congratulate the recipient on Mary Lou's behalf. There's not a person in this room who hasn't at some time uttered some cliche about our own health. We say things like health is wealth, or when you have your health, you have everything. It's one thing to say it, but it's another to help make it happen. When I asked Mary Lou what she wanted to be remembered for, she said that she really hoped that she helped to integrate school nurses into the everyday life of the school. I think it's safe to say that she did. In Mary Lou's case, TLC can be restated as touching the lives of children. Thank you, Mary Lou. Please join me in congratulating Mary Lou Donahue upon her induction to the East Long Meadow Public Schools Educator Hall of Fame.
Speak for 2 minutes?
Yes, but only after we have a selfie taken together up here. See, Mary Lou? It's a selfie, see?
I love it. It's beautiful. Okay.
I have to.
Send it out for everyone to see. Okay. Thank you very much. It really is wonderful to be here with you on the first day of school and to see so many friends. I really am honored to be included in the Hall of Fame for East Long Meadow with so many other respected educators who work so hard for the children of East Long Meadow. However, you know, the accomplishments that Joanne spoke of were only achieved with the help of the entire East Long Meadow school community. Everyone was very cooperative. The administrators were willing to try new programs, to put in new policies. At one point, we had a tobacco cessation and education program on Saturday morning as a mandatory for students who were found using tobacco on school property. The secretaries, the custodians, always were very helpful. The secretaries were making phone calls, getting us names, bringing in whatever we needed. And the custodians were willing to help us set up for clinics and health fairs and to clean up afterwards. Everyone really worked hard. The school food service staff with the school nurses, we actually ran a breakfast program here at Birchland Park to convince middle school students that breakfast was an important meal of the day. And of course, the educational staff were terrific. They were willing to kind of reshuffle their schedules, let us have students. We'd pull them out of class for a few minutes for the fluoride program in the elementary schools. And the best people, the physical education staff and the health education staff, especially Kathy Hood. These are people you really want to collaborate with. They are terrific. So together, everybody, I think, was able to develop a healthier, safer place for both students and staff in East Long Meadow. So I thank you. Enjoy your school year. Have a wonderful year. Enjoy your students. I know you'll do a fabulous job. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Mary Lou. And now to present our next nominee, Diana Demetrius.
Thank you. Veronica and Ursula, I'm willing to make a deal. I can buy a couple of your years each in an effort to become number one. Same, not too far behind. Good morning and welcome to Dorcas's family. We are glad you could be here. Ray, I've never met a more proud Navy wife and tolerant, lifelong golf widow. She began teaching special education in West Hartford, then to Memorial School in Wilbraham, landing at Mapleshade in the early 60s. Dorcas gave 40+ years to educating children. Her love of children and their individualities were second to none. You could find her picture in the dictionary next to the word, the definition, humility. Dorcas was the matriarch of grade 4 at Mapleshade. Wayne Wilson recalled Dorcas enjoyed working with students who presented with physical, academic, and behavioral challenges. She had a tenacious, never give up attitude, challenging herself to help her students to make significant gains beyond others' expectations. Dorcas served in the position of Assistant Science Coordinator, instrumental in helping roll out one of the district's earlier science curriculums. As young scientists, Dorcas's students learned to love science and to read, write, and calculate, using science as the foundation. Chris Sullivan described her passion for science as unquestionable. While I shared many poignant moments with her about children, one comes to mind as if it were yesterday. It occurred while walking a class down the hall. A bit ahead of her class, a bit behind her class on our way to lunch. I watched Dorcas give a student who was last in line some money and lean over to say something quietly. None of his classmates seemed the wiser, and I categorized the exchange as simple, brief, and relaxed, capped off with a gentle high five between the two. With no courage to question the matriarch about how she had such a relaxed conversation with the child, I embarked on some recess time reconnaissance. I tracked down the student and quietly asked him what he and Mrs. Weiner were chatting about on the way to lunch. Without the slightest hesitation, he said, "Ms. D, you have to promise, like I did, that if anyone asks, we can't tell Mr. Weiner that the lunch money came from his golf stash." He and I exchanged a gentle high five. Until today, I kept that promise and came to understand that many moments of wisdom will take place if you're lucky enough to be the last in line. This was Epic Dorcas, dedicated to educating the whole child, which included making sure each one had lunch. Dorcas gave us unquestionable commitment to her position, loyalty, immense attention to detail, and was a champion for her students. To that end, in her very humble way, I call on each of us to go forth, keeping her favorite expression to her students in your hearts. Do your best and look for the best in others. It is an honor and a privilege to induct Dorcas Weiner posthumously into the East Longmeadow Public Schools Educators Hall of Fame.
We have one more round of applause for both our honorees. I want to thank you for being such a patient audience. I welcome you back to the 2014-2015 school year, and I know starting today, great things are going to happen in all our classrooms across the district. So good luck with this school year.